When I first heard that Andy Brizio and Gary Metters would be leading a cross-country hot rod run, I knew that this story needed to be shared. So that every street rodder, including myself, who had ever dreamed of taking a cross-country trip like this, could get a taste of the road and of the adventure. I hopped a plane in Sacramento, California, and caught up with Andy and Gary in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Here's the story of the Great American Hot Rod Run, the Big Go West.
Let's go down the hill and drink some warm beer.
Warm. Hey, all right. Warm anything.
Warm anything.
You know, if you're any kind of street rodder and you're really, really into it, you know, you will enjoy this cruise probably almost better than sex. It's that great.
So where are we at now?
We're in Harrisburg. If you'll just cut straight ahead there, you'll see the Capitol right there, dead ahead. And we're looking for a place to sleep, a place to lay our weary heads.
Good morning. My name is Bruce Bolin. I'm your host for this Hot Rods Across America, otherwise known as the Big Go West. We're here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, in front of the Capitol, getting ready to go to Carlisle to meet up with Andy Brizio and Gary Metters for the Big Go West, hot rods traversing the United States. Come along with us. We're going to have a great time. Come on.
Sunday morning, the 10th of August. We're cruising into beautiful downtown Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
WGPA. Is that rattle trap really yours?
So here we are in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, one of the largest car shows on the East Coast. Today we have a nice day. We have lots of cars, good old rock and roll music, and lots of people looking for the kind of fun that you get when you bring those two elements together. Let's get on down there and check out some of these cars. spent a couple of hours looking around at all the cars in Carlisle. But we really needed to hook up with Andy and Gary. When I found Andy's car, I knew he'd be nearby. Man, it looks like Andy's been doing a lot of driving this summer. Whoa, Gary's put a lot of miles on also. Are these guys for real?
Hey, Andy, remember us?
Holy Christ, what are you doing here? You did make it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how are we doing? Took it off.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You were
You
coming.
do this.
You know, we were talking about it earlier, and I go, where the hell is he at? Said he'd be here.
Yeah. Well, we flew in last night, and here we are, just ready to do
Oh,
it.
good.
So, you ready to make the long trek back?
Oh yeah, I'm ready for him. Tired of standing around this place, I'll tell you
That's
that.
right. That's right. Pedal to the metal, huh?
Yeah.
So, Bruce Hartel told me that we're going to be doing like 65, 70, 75 to get to the next place.
Yeah, for sure.
Anybody worried about tickets?
No.
Nobody will
Nobody
notice
worries
you.
about tickets. You're good up to 80.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Even when it says 55? I haven't seen a 55 speed limit in a long time, not on the West Coast.
There is some out here.
I know, we saw
Yeah, I
some.
couldn't believe it.
Yeah. 55. I said, wait, we're from California. We can't drive 55.
I know.
It's unallowed.
You got to go through Montana where there's no speed limit.
Yeah.
Here we are. This is strictly an East Coast kind of a situation here. The idea is to get up on this teeter-totter and balance it. You never see anything like this out on the West Coast. The driver has got strategically placed some passengers in the back so he can get them to lean and try and balance on this teeter-totter. He's going to move up ever so slowly until he feels the teeter-totter start to move. And he'll probably instruct his passengers to lean forward or backwards to help balance.
It requires some real driving skill to find the balance point of your car. It's a lot harder than it looks.
All right. Very good.
Tell me. Was that very hard to get it to balance?
Yeah.
And how old are you? 8. Can I see your driver's license? You have none? How can that be?
Yeah, I wonder if the arm hanging out the window helps this guy to find his balance point.
Oh, hey! All right. That was pretty good. Pretty good. So, hey, hang on a second. How do you practice for this event?
Sleep on rollers.
Sleep on rollers?
It's the only way you can do it.
Is that right?
Let's check out the awards ceremony, which features cars from the winner's circle. After the awards, which lasted about an hour, it was time to head for the exit and get ourselves on the road. Whoa, this is quite the street rod parade. So where's our guys? Here's Andy.
Let me tell you, This ain't California. And the freeways are not free, very expensive.
Why do they call them turnpike?
Yeah, why do they call them turnpikes? That's what we're trying to figure out.
We got separated from the pack right away, so we headed for the hotel in Beechwood, Ohio, in hopes that we would meet up with the rest of the guys later that night. The next morning, we were ready to head for our first stop, MBNA headquarters. At our first stop, we were joined by Tony and Marie in their black Plymouth Fury. We were all given breakfast, and then we toured the car collection. After which it was time to get on the road. Al and Dave joined us in Al's green International pickup. So we were off, headed for Willowbrook, Illinois, and Midwest street rods. Hey Bob, did you say rain? A little rain can't hurt. Hey Andy, how bad can it get? At 60 or 70 miles per hour, the water will go right over the top of the passengers, and they won't get very wet. At 5 or 10 miles per hour, you'll get pretty wet. We were told that we would be meeting up with a new Chrysler Prowler and that it would join our rod run, but it never happened. The guys in the Roadsters were getting pretty wet, so we decided to head for shelter and get a bite to eat. Hi, we're about 10 minutes south of Toledo, on the prowl for a prowler. We're waiting for the prowler, and we're waiting for rain. Is that right, Andy?
Not really.
Not really.
Not me.
It's raining pretty good up there.
It is. Well, let's go.
So if we hit snow, you guys have chains?
Yes. Good. We are set.
Outside of Chicago, Al's truck just died. Our first breakdown. So tell me, how many street rodders does it take to fix a stalled car? Our cameraman Wayne found the problem. It was a loose wire on the electric fuel pump. Soon we were up and running again. We checked into our hotel and got a bite to eat. The next morning we were up bright and early and headed for Midwest street rides. Here we are. Here's Andy and Bob pulling in.
Well, here we are. Where are we?
And that's Bruce. He's been riding with Gary.
I'm Randy Schwartz. This is Paul Quinn, and that is Dan Ulrich. And we are the owners of Midwest Hot Rods. This is a 34 Ford that we're building for a customer right now. Okay, this is a 40 Willys that we're building for a customer. We just got the motor back from John Lingenfelter out of Indiana. The motor's just a tad under 1,000 horse on pump gas. This is a 1932 Roadster. Dan and I built this car. 65% of this car is made out of aluminum. We went ahead and we cleaned all the lines off the car, and then we went ahead and we brought the line up into the back into a nice tail. We took the 32 fenders, and rather than fit up underneath the roll, we went ahead and brought them right to the lines here. Put a nice little tail in the back, brought the fender and dipped it in real softly here. The exhaust is real. That's all built out of aluminum. Everything's aluminum here. We went ahead and used a brand new LT1. The nose is designed after a 37 Topolino. We built a wooden buck for it, hammered the nose around it. We went ahead and we made the grille for it. We went ahead and we made the back panels and the fenders for it and all the side panels. The headlights are 32 cow lights.
Southwestern Illinois. Moving along at a cool 85, trying to catch the lead team. Moving our way west. Lots of corn.
We crossed the mighty Mississippi en route to Milan, Illinois, and Valley Auto Accessories.
What's happening, man? We're here for gas. We passed gas.
Doing pretty good today with 182 miles.
Not bad for our age.
What was your top speed out there?
Top speed was a 100. Tried to pass Meadows, we couldn't catch him. And the camera guys were right behind us.
Okay, so where are we?
Milan, Illinois.
Milan, Illinois. What's your name?
Bob Southwick.
Bob, we're looking at your car here and blown away by the detail. And you said you made your own fuel injection and your own wheels.
Yes.
You machined it all, and you're a machinist by trade.
Yes. Own my own machine shop in Kelowna, Illinois.
Yeah. Bob put this car together in 5 years. Outstanding. Could you show us some of the detail work on here that we would otherwise miss, possibly?
Well, I built the wheels out of solid billet, and they weighed 35 pounds apiece when I started, or the center sections did, and machined it all on my machinery. And I built the spindles out of solid billet, and the injection out of solid billet, and the fuel rails and the throttle body and all that out of solid billet. And it's a 392 Hemi, just 30 over, so it's a 397 cubic inch. Runs real good. And it's got electronic fuel injection on it, and that runs real good too.
So we blew off about 185 miles getting here, traveling at breakneck speeds. Now we're going to go eat pizza.
After lunch, I took a few minutes to check out the collection that was on display here in the shop. Boy, there's a lot of neat old stuff here, stuff I haven't seen in years.
Okay, I'm standing here with Judy Durrell of Valley Auto Accessories in where?
Milan, Illinois.
Milan. We were calling it Milan.
Most people do, but it's
Yeah.
Milan.
And you and your husband Paul operate this and build a lot of accessories and things?
Yes, we do.
And how long have you been in business here?
17 years.
17 years. So I guess you know every hot rodder from miles around.
Well, we know their faces anyway.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. Do you have a car? You and your husband have a car?
We have the 57 Pontiac Safari right
the
now.
one that we
We've
saw
had
today?
other street rods, but right now we have that.
Very good. Tell us a little bit about some of the things you've got here. I mean, it's an absolutely fabulous collection.
Well, this is really Paul's collection. He's been doing this probably for 5 or 6 years, and he's gotten a lot of it by word of mouth, and a lot of it he's picked up going to and from the shows. And he goes to Hershey every year, and Hershey, Pennsylvania, and has a ball. And
you go with him, of course.
sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah.
Or do you have to stay back and watch the shop?
Sometimes I do that too.
Have you both been involved in the shop since
Always.
from the beginning?
Since day one.
Really?
Yeah.
Great. It certainly is an awesome place. As I said a little earlier, I've never been in a place that's quite so clean that has to do with cars.
Paul's a perfectionist,
And is he a machinist by trade?
tool and die maker.
Yeah, because I was looking at some of your line there, and I mean, what I could see out in the shop was excellent stuff.
Right.
Excellent
right.
stuff.
See, all of this is what we make and sell. This is our part of our display. You know, it has just about everything, our armrests, the sill plates.
And then over here we have mirrors, dome lights. The hood latch and hinge is a new product. Our mirrors are a new product. We're now using a convex mirror.
Good. Well, I hope that we'll see you both out on the West Coast one of these days soon.
So do I.
Okay.
We love it.
Thank you, Judy.
Thank you.
So in the words of Willie Nelson, we were on the road again. Next, we met up with some street rodders that would make the run with us to Omaha, Nebraska. Hey Gary, have you ever eaten at the Roadkill Grill?
Kansas City South? Nope. Council Bluffs? Nope. Omaha. That's where we're going. Omaha. Welcome to Nebraska. Okay. Look up the river there, Wayne. Check it out. All right. There's the mighty Missouri. It doesn't look much bigger than the Sacramento River from where I'm standing. Or I should say sitting. Now the hot rod insight is true.
That evening at the hotel, we were joined by Mike and Jim, who had driven all the way from Florida. They would be running with us all the way to California. We nicknamed them the OJ Brothers. Here are their cars. Early the next morning, we were off to Lincoln, Nebraska to tour Speedway Motors. Speedway Motors. This is where we met Mr. Bill Smith. Bill has a collection that is valued in the millions. His stories about the cars and engines were worth at least that, and he kept us all riveted with his every word. Bill told us that it takes 2 of his men working 8 hours a day, at least 6 months, to build one cutaway engine for display. All of the displays we saw were genuine works of art.
These are Riley. Better equipped car than
After our tour, we hit the road again. Later, when we stopped for lunch, I caught up with one of the younger street rodders in our current group.
What's your name? Where are you from?
Mike Snyder from Hastings, Nebraska.
Yeah, so Mike, what got you joining up with this this tour across America?
Well, I was in Des Moines for the Good Guys run and had Andy sign my dash and his little banner deal, and he told me that they're going to do this tour, and well, I'm just 100 miles down the road, and thought, well, sun's out, car's gassed up, gotta go.
Gotta go. You guys are going to roll how far with us today?
To Ogallala.
Good. Well, if you get the hankering, you know, we'll take you a little farther. We'll lead you to California.
Yeah.
It precedes you, but they used to be go west, young man.
Do we have jobs there when we get there?
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
man. UPS is hiring.
Yeah.
Okay, well, listen, you guys have a good time today, and don't get sunburned, okay?
Yeah.
We won't.
Of course, you got an advantage of the rest of these guys. You got hair.
Then we were off again, heading for our next stop, Ogallala, Nebraska. Now tell me, do you think they see us hiding up here? The camera crew got well ahead of the rods to set up for the next shot. What we didn't know at that time was that the cars had taken a small detour to check out a fiberglass body manufacturing plant. So we waited and waited. After 30 minutes, we knew something was awry. The rest of the cars showed up a couple of hours behind us. We all met at Hoax Cafe for dinner.
Hiya! Well, we made it. We made it to Ogallala, and we're standing here talking to Riley Hoax, owner of Hoax Cafe and also owner of a couple of fine street rods across the way there. Riley, what are the cars that you have?
There's a 38 Fat Fender, Ford, yeah, there you go. And 32 Deuce Highboy, you know.
And you got a Ford in that 32, right?
No, it's Chevy, 350
man.
Chevy.
Oh, come on, man.
Ford body, Chevy engine, everything has Chevy underneath there, you know.
But that baby is channeled.
Yeah, it's channeled about 4 inches, you know, the old style, you know.
Yeah.
Way back when they used to do it, you know.
So that's really not a high boy, it's a low boy.
Low boy, high boy, you know. whatever you want to call it, it's nice, you know.
Hello, boy.
Hello, boy, yeah.
As you go by, just give one. Just do this one. Hello.
Yeah, there you go.
It's me.
Hey, yeah, that's Hawaiian, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what
It's not like this, though. That's a gang sign out
Oh,
there.
okay.
Riley, I thought you were from Ogallala. What's going on?
I
here?
am. I don't know all the gang signs, man. There's no
It's
gangs
this
out
one.
here.
This is Hang Loose in Hawaii.
Okay, hang
So
loose.
tell us a little bit about Ogallala.
Well, Ogallala is about 5,000, you know, and I've been here 32 years here at Hoax Cafe.
Yeah.
Here we are at Hoax Cafe. and we're interviewing Tony and Marie. Tony, what's your last name?
Milazzo.
Milazzo. Italian, obviously, right?
Obviously.
Obviously.
Sicilian.
Sicilian. Whoa. They're driving that Plymouth Fury out there that's been screaming along, staying with everybody and having no problems, right?
No, it'll keep up with you guys all the way out.
So, Marie, what's your spin on this? How do you like running this far in the car?
Oh, it's fine.
All the way out to, they're from Vermont, right?
Right.
And you're going all the way out to see your son in
Boulder.
Boulder, Colorado, yeah.
Great.
It's been a fun trip so far. It's almost over for this guy, for this crowd, but...
Yeah, one more day and then you guys are going to split up.
We'll
right?
head back. We haven't decided how we're going back.
After dinner, Riley took us on a nice 50-mile cruise. When we returned, we watched the clouds roll in. And then the rains came down. And I do mean came down. Whoa, what a light show! It lasted almost all night.
Good morning.
The next morning, the drivers were getting their cars ready for the next leg of our journey. We were headed for Custom Auto in Loveland, Colorado. There was quite a gathering at Custom Auto. We met and spoke with a lot of the rodders, checked out their cars, and I grabbed Dave, the owner, for a quick on-the-spot interview.
So here we are in Loveland, Colorado. Loveland or Loveland?
Loveland.
Loveland, Colorado. Talking to Dave Kraus, the owner of
Custom Auto.
And Dave, I'm looking around here and I see a lot of old iron and retro and flatheads and stuff. So tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, we're into the vintage hot rod stuff and actually period correct cars. We like to build them the way they really were, or maybe a little better, and put a little twist onto it. But actually, original old hot rods with a little bit better quality. You know.
So a little better ride and
better fit and finish. That's an original 32 Ford, unrestored. It's been painted once in 1965, and it's a flathead motor, 59A, Winfield cam. It's out to 3 5/16. It's ported and relieved, dual carbs and stuff. It's just an original old hot rod that was built back in the 40s, and I've just preserved it.
Happiness is a hot rod, right?
Yeah. We milled around with the guys some more, and after lunch we hit the road again. We were en route to Steamboat Springs, Colorado. We were about to cross the Continental Divide through Estes State Park. At 13,000 feet, this was the highest point of the entire trip. This is also where we parted company with Tony and Marie in their black Plymouth Fury, as they went on to Boulder, Colorado.
We've traveled with you guys for what? 15, 1,600 miles now.
Almost 2,000.
Is it?
Nice meeting you.
Hi. How you doing? We're up here in the mountains right now.
It's going to be chilly up there.
And we're going to go up to the top, 13,000 feet. And then we're going to go on past that.
It'll be 11,000 feet.
And we'll be in San Francisco.
We started climbing the mountain.
All right, we're in Estes State Park, up near the top, enjoying the changeable weather, and feeling rather happy that we're in a closed car with a heater. Meanwhile, the guys in the roadsters are being bombarded with hailstones and sleet and rain.
I do not like it up here. I am sorry.
From sunshine, shirts off, till ice and snow in 5 minutes. That was unbelievable.
Yeah. Bruce, you're all wet.
I had ice all over my jacket, little snow on the windshield.
Are they going to call you the Iceman?
We have another trip planned to Alaska in about a month or so.
Is that right?
Yeah, it should be nice.
Oh, it's open cars only, right?
Yes, Bob said he would like to go. This is an indoctrination.
Okay, but whose idea was this?
Mine.
Well, it seemed like it was only at the top of the mountain. If we just come on down, we'd be okay.
Are we okay now?
I think so.
Okay.
I only had one question.
What?
Are we having fun yet?
I was going to ask you the same thing.
It's all part of it.
Let's go down the hill and drink some warm beer.
Warm. Hey, all right. Warm anything.
Warm anything. Mike and Jim, we call them the OJ brothers. They came all the way from Florida to participate in this run, this rod run. And so how's it been for you so far, Mike?
Hey, this has been a great trip. We're just having a super time.
Now, wait a minute. Just a minute. These guys both drove in open roadsters, and coming over the hill, coming over the top of the, what was it, Estes National Park, where we hit hail, thunder, lightning, sleet, snow, everything. You didn't look like you were having a good time in those open roadsters, guys.
No, the good time was when you got off of the hill and down into the warmer weather.
Okay, do you have anything you'd like to say to the RV people that were keeping us climbing up that hill at 2 miles an hour? Were you getting drowned?
They certainly are wonderful folks, aren't they? And they had a good day.
Well, we're coming back.
Good evening. And how are you this evening? You don't have it on, do you?
Sure do. Here, I'm sorry.
No, shut it off.
There you go.
How sweet it is.
We're here again.
We made our destination.
We were up and off at the crack of dawn, headed for Wendover, Nevada, in the Bonneville Salt Flats.
So what's your name? Bob, right?
Bob Bruce.
Bob Bruce.
I'm going to go over to Bonneville with
You going to go all the way? Yeah. Right on, man. So we talked you into it.
Yeah,
Good
that's what
deal.
Mama wanted me to do.
All right. Well, you'll love it. You'll love it. And this is just a kind of a little wet down run for next year, right? Okay, well, we're dead in the water. Jim's broke down.
I don't think it's that. I think it's in the distributor.
About 200 miles later, Jim's car just stopped running. While Bob was fixing the problem using chapstick to lubricate the counterweights in the distributor, Mike was enjoying the view from the field. Once again, we were up and running.
All right, now we're headed down through the Alpine Scenic Loop, Highway 92. Wayne, are we having fun?
We are having.
We're having fun. Take my word for it.
Soon the mountains gave way to the flats of Utah.
I'm sold on America. I think there's so much to see and do here that you could spend a lifetime doing it. And, you know, I've got another 50 years of doing this. I think it's pretty tough if you travel with more than just, you know, maybe 6, 8, 10 cars in a whack, because it just becomes unmanageable. You pull in for a meal, it's a tough thing. You pull in for gas, it's a tough thing. Everything's a hassle. So we need to keep it in groups of like maybe 5 or 6. But, you know, it just has so much to offer. I mean, it's just a bitchin' deal.
My name is Bob Anderson.
job? Is this your car?
No, I'm just the tune man on this thing.
Tune man?
You got it.
So what is the top speed you've been able to reach with this car?
269 last year with this, first time out. We're just kind of working this car up. You start out with a Ford flathead, now we have this, and it went 260 with a flathead in it.
Every car that runs at Bonneville has to undergo a rigorous safety check. Hey, here's an interesting way to get around.
I'm, celebrating my 29th year at Peterson Publishing Company, and I was working for Rod and Custom before that. Then I came over to Hot Rod in 74 and been there ever since.
So part of your job is to come out and look at all these things?
This is not a job. But I tell them it's a job.
Yeah.
And I come out and hang out with all the hot rodders and get ideas for what I want to put in the magazine and renew the faith.
Uh-huh.
This is where hot rodding began is in land speed racing, and the Hot Rod magazine was instrumental in forming the Bonneville Nationals in 1949.
Let's get Andy over here. You think? Can we...
Yeah.
Hey, Andy.
Yeah.
So he was just telling me that you tried to buy his car back in the early 70s.
Yeah, it had to be 67.
Yeah?
Well, it was at the LA Roadster deal.
Yeah, and here he comes in, and here's an old man, and I was a young kid at the time. And he was driving this old red full-fendered Roadster. Today he still has it and drives it every day to work.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
full-fendered, huh? Full-fendered as opposed to Andy wouldn't have a fender on his car for anything.
Well,
I'll tell you out here, you need a full fender.
Yeah.
I wish I had it.
But the thing is, real hot rods don't have fenders. Real hot rods don't have tops.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's got a real hot rod. I just got kind of a one.
Yeah, he wants to be.
Yeah, I got a wannabe hot rod.
Nice tan, Andy.
Oh, yeah. Hold my stomach in.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Hold it in.
Oh, yeah, there he goes. There he goes, his brownness.
Dex, this is Bruce.
Hi, Tex. Any friend of Andy's is a friend of mine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He said, come over and look at your rod. He said that it's been in primer for how many years?
Forever.
Forever?
But we don't think of this as primer. We think of this as gray paint.
Ah, perfect. So what's the fastest you've ever run, Tex?
Well, I used to fly fighter airplanes, and I used to go pretty fast.
I mean on the ground.
Oh, no.
I guess you could get closer.
Yeah, I think probably about 260.
What's the sensation like when you're doing that? I mean, are you just hanging on for dear life? You're so preoccupied with keeping that thing straight and down that.
You got to pay attention. When you look out across there, it's pretty nothing out there. And whenever you're going really, really fast and all you're doing is looking for your markers, course markers, well, it's like Birkeland over here. They fired that streamliner last year, and he just happened to look down for a switch, and when he looked back up, he was outside the thing, and he went through the quarter, something like 360, and then he drifted outside the course, and he just kept right on going. He didn't realize he was out there. So he ran the whole course outside the timing lanes, and you can do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to concentrate.
I think that most of us, most of us being me and people that just drive down the freeway here doing 80, and it's like, whoopee, we're making good time. I mean, you can't even relate to.
You can't relate to that, but the closest thing that I can tell you that it's like is driving very, very fast on ice. That's what this is like. You drive very, very
delicately.
Delicately, yes, very delicately.
Some photographers from Japan got all the guys together to take some pictures.
Let's walk up to the camera so we can really capture the full feeling of the destiny on our faces. Wayne, you're real special. Oh, thank you.
Unfortunately, the conditions were not right for racing that day. The salt was too wet, so the camera crew decided to leave and go on ahead. We agreed that we would meet up with the rest of the group the next morning in California.
here we are, Sunday morning, headed for the hot rod picnic as we're going through Sacramento. Notice the Capitol on the left. Beautiful. Beautiful weather. This is the perfect ending to a wonderful trip.
Finally, after 3,200 miles, I was in my own rod and ready to run with the pack. Many times, I have visited this place to attend Andy's picnic.
Could you sum it up in one word?
Well, this trip's just been, it's been awesome.
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 How about you, Jim? Can you top that?
3,200 miles of fun.
And now you got another 32 on the way back, right?
At least.
Sum it up.
Well,
we have over 3,000 miles we logged up.
You're right. And it's just one hell of a trip.
Yeah.
It really was. It was great.
So what do you think? How was it?
Beautiful.
Beautiful?
Very good.
So are you ready to turn around and go right back and do it again?
I'm ready to go back and do it anytime they want to do it. But next time I'll bring my own car.
You'll bring your own car?
With fun riding, but everything I did with Andy was wrong.
Uh-huh.
I didn't sit right. I didn't set the speedometer right. I didn't drive slow enough or fast enough.
But next time
I'll do what I want.
We're trying to sum it up. You know, the end of the ride.
Well, I think it was everything we expected it to be. It was a lot of fun. We had our wet days and our sunny days and all the adventure we needed. And next year we're going to do it again and try to have just as much fun as we had this year.
All right, who is Andy Brizio? Who's Andy Brizio?
He's the Godfather. The Rodfather. Who else? He's the Rodfather.
Only one to a customer. Go.
Okay. 2 names, if you don't mind. Paul and Mardell. And I'll spell it M-A-R.
We just walked around for a while looking at the cars and thinking about all of the places we had visited in the last week.
Well, I tell you one thing, anybody who has not been on this cruise has missed the time in their life. I mean, I think everybody should do this once in their lifetime, because this is, you know, if you're any kind of street rodder and you're really, really into it, you know, you will enjoy this cruise probably almost better than sex. It's that great. I mean, we all had a good
that's
time.
the alternative, though. You go on this ride, you don't get any sex. That's one of the
Well,
things.
yeah, I mean, you have to forfeit something.
As the day wore down, soon it was time to pack it in and head for home. What a trip this has been.
So here we are, over 3,000 miles later, and we've made the complete run. The rod run was great. The tour across America was awesome. Unless you've done it, you can never know the experience, but try to make it next year, because we can use you there. On behalf of myself and my cameraman, Wayne, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.